Taurus, this is your end of December 2019 reading. Take it from the 16th through the 31st, but if it applies whenever you watch it. We're trying to see what's going on for Taurus in the thick of all of this energy that's coming up. Venus moves into Aquarius in a couple of days. The day after that, the winter solstice, Christmas, a very energetically powerful day. Christmas night, we have the Capricorn new moon. And then the next day, the 26th, the solar eclipse, the last one of this decade. So let's see what's going on for Taurus. What's popping for a Taurus at the end of December? King of Swords. In some form, that King of Swords keeps coming out in a lot of people's readings. Communication is definitely needed. Capricorn likes to make sure we're on the right page, we're on the same page, we're moving on one accord, honey. That's what's going on. Yeah, some communication about something that just, I don't think there's been a lot of understanding about it. I hate to say it, but it's a kind of a little bit of strategy, like strategized communication, like you saying certain things with a purpose. That wanted to come out upside down. I ain't gonna change it back. When you say things with a motive in mind, a lot of time that's called manipulation. So that could be a little bit of what's going on here. Or I feel the energy of somebody just really wanting to be, straight. Let's talk square biz about all of these things that are unclear to us or are unclear for us. And that's going to get some movement happening. Because I feel like if you don't have the conversation, then something that you don't want to move away from, you're going to end up having to move away from because it just becomes a little bit too much to bear. Also feel like in this situation, things shouldn't even be at this part. Like too much work has been put into it at this point for you to kind of still be this much in the beginner stages. But yeah, time was lost. It feels like an investment was lost, an emotional investment, physical time spent, um, just everything. It feels like that's gone into this situation, into this relationship. It feels like it has been kind of wasted in a way, but no one really wants to change the circumstances. No one really, okay, I'm going to say the people involved in this situation are afraid to change the circumstances because they think that it's going to cause the whole of the situation to go away. And they do still have an attachment to it. I think they feel like the worst thing that can happen is that they just end up being by themselves. But I feel like you'll still be fruitful by yourself. It's just that you're not really necessarily interested in being by yourself at this moment. You want to get to the bottom of things, you want to work things out. Mm. Just a lot of isolation. There's a lot that is not being said here. And the things that are being said, I feel like, are not even the real issue. Oh, Taurus. Like it will take some real deep inner looking to find the truth in this, I'm thinking. Hmm. That Hermit and that Ace of Swords, it's gonna take some real butt naked, vulnerable truth to really get this thing up and moving the way you want it to move, in the direction you want it to go. To have the Ten of Cups and the Justice, this is pretty much what it's saying here. Taurus, you're gonna have to just be upfront, or your person is gonna have to be upfront. They'll have to just come out and say exactly what's what it is, how much they love you, how much they care for you, because the Ten of Cups, at that point, this person loves you. This person cares for you. And if all of that has kind of been under wraps and it has not been, disclose to the other party, then there's this rift. There's this information that's missing from the connection that's causing things to be a lot more work than they have to be, causing each of the parties to, be more focused on themselves when they should be focused on the commitment. Commitment, intimacy, communication. Those are the things that I, seen somewhere, that those are the three staples of a relationship: commitment, communication, and intimacy. And if you don't have intimate communication, there will be no commitment. You'll want it, but you'll be stuck in this energy of trying to save face, or trying to look good, or trying to hold on to your stance, or trying to win the argument versus winning a solid and loving relationship. It's the nine of coins, the single prosperous energy versus the relationship here. And I feel like somebody here is kind of going back and forth within themselves. Well, should I come on out and, say what needs to be said, express what I'm feeling, be completely open and honest about where I'm coming from? Or should I just kind of gloss over it and hope that things will get better? Glossing over it is not going to help things get better. Like I said, in order to get to that 10 of cups, the ultimate justice and the commitment, and really have that intimate connection that you so desire, it's going to take some really getting in there and telling the truth. And if you are going to be in this energy of the nine of coins and be focused on yourself, be focused on yourself in a way that you are so content within yourself that you will tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to yourself about yourself in front of anyone else who has any questions or any relations with yourself. You feel me? It says your independence is a foundation of your strength and success. So yeah, I felt that energy of kind of just self-isolating. I think we're coming up to the end of this phase of self-isolating with that. You see that eclipse? That little ring of fire there? We're coming up on the end of that, keeping things to yourself, which is a good thing. Because in a relationship, if you want that intimacy, I mean, if you want something basic, yeah, whatever. But I don't read for the basics. So when you want that, you have to open up. I recognize that I have chosen fear, and I choose again. I choose love. You would have to come from a place of love to be able to allow yourself to be that emotionally vulnerable and to be that raw to someone else, which gives them the power to absolutely crush you and break you. And that's what keeps you kind of self isolating. I honor how I want to feel, but you're going to have to honor that. You have to open up and actually speak on how you feel and deal with the discussion that follows, not because, in the name of wanting to be brave, but because, it's a part of honoring how you feel. You may not get what you want right then and there, but you honored how you feel enough to open your mouth and say it. And, of course, Taurus, if this is not you, then this applies to a Taurus cross watcher. But then we have, thank you, universe, for helping me see beyond the limits of fear. Thank you for expanding my perception so that I can see what is of the highest good. So I do think that you are getting signs and synchronicities and little coincidences and just things happening. And you're like, okay, yeah, I know I need to speak up. Or, somebody tells you that you need to speak up. Somebody maybe in your family tells you need to speak up, or you see a couple who you view as like goals or something, and they say that the key to their relationship is the communication. But in some type of way, you're just really learning the importance of that, and you're just building yourself up to a place where you can open up emotionally. The moment I embrace my peace within and surrender, the outcome is the moment that the universe can truly. Okay, the moment I embrace my peace within and surrender the outcome is the moment that the universe can truly get to work. Yes. And this is more so along the lines also honoring how you feel, Taurus. Once you just say what it is and you stop holding on to it, you allow the universe to come in. and do this. See, right now, you are in a lacking mentality where you feel like you have to do it all yourself, and you don't. And it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, ain't it? It's a lot of work. Whole lot of work. Whole bunch of work. Hard labor. 12-hour shifts. No union. No overtime. It's a lot. But it doesn't have to be a lot. It doesn't have to be such a burden. And you don't have to just sit back and hope that the situation smooths itself out while you obviously see that there is no growth happening here. You don't have to do that. You can just come forth and be like, okay, you know what? What I didn't tell you is this. What you don't know about me is this. I think what would help you understand me is if you knew that I blase blase. And again, if it's not you, then it's the cross watcher or it's your masculine feeling this way about you, Taurus feminine. There's just really a need to get deep with the communication. Nice little cutesy conversations, little flirting, little sexual conversations are no longer gonna do. Things have to get deep from this point out for this connection to move forward instead of just continuously stagnating. And there's so much potential for it because where you're wanting to move forward to is ultimate fulfillment in a relationship, like a relationship that gives you every single thing: the mental, the spiritual, the sexual, the financial, the emotional, every single thing that you could want from a relationship. It is here for you. You just have to open up and allow it to happen and not try to cover things up or not try to sugarcoat things or not try to paint a certain picture of yourself. The communication has to be open and honest and raw. And I just feel like some signs have already begun to show themselves about the level of authenticity that's needed for you to have the love that you so desire and for the justice to come in with the couple. See, you have the 10 of cups here. And then right after it came the justice card, then the lovers. So the connection is already there. The love is already there. What will bring in the balance is just to really tell the truth. She's holding up this sword like, uphold how you feel. If somebody hasn't told their feelings yet, you need to tell them. If somebody hasn't talked about their triggers yet, you need to talk about it. It's just that simple. You need to speak. Kali comes in with the endings and beginnings when I talked about this eclipse card, saying that the old must be renewed, be released so that the new can enter. The old is you or masculine or crosswatcher trying to do everything by yourself. The situation not going anywhere. You holding things in to kind of save face or kind of make things go the way you want them to go. Again, that manipulation that I talked about. You doing that when there's no need to, because the moment that you just let it go and surrender the outcome, when you stop trying to communicate in the way that guides the situation or in a way that grooms your person to what you want them to be, and when you start just talking about how you feel and choosing love and talking about how you feel love, y'all take off. Y'all take off. There's unlimited potential here, and I feel like signs are being showed to you that it's a good time to go ahead and get it off your chest. So, especially by the solar eclipse, the 26th, this thing should be on and popping. Some words should be flowing smoothly out of the mouths of babes, out of babes' mouth. Words should be coming out to help explain to you exactly what's going on. Okay? Or you should have some words coming out of your mouth to explain to them exactly how you feeling. It's just, Taurus, I know I'm talking to a brick wall here, but I'm just trying to help you. Being stubborn ain't gonna get you everywhere in life. It may work some of the time, but it's not gonna work all the time. And in this case, I just don't see it being working all the time. Because this person, if you can't get it or the other person can't get things to move along in a better way or to grow or to progress and move to the next level, it's like eventually they're gonna quit. They're gonna just give up. They're gonna give up and be like, I tried, but I couldn't get it to move nowhere. So I feel like somebody was right there on the verge, endings and beginnings. Maybe somebody gave up, and then by the time the solar eclipse happens, you on a new page because somebody runs in and be like, "Hey, no, I love you," or "Hey, no, don't leave. I want you." I love you. I got to have you. That type of energy. So thank y'all for watching, Taurus. That has been your reading for the end of December. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. If you have subscribed, if you have not, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Turn the bell on so you know next time my readings come up. Because I am being a lot more consistent with it going into 2020, as I have already started doing. Thank you. So yeah, thank you. Comment, like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I will see you next time, okay? Bye.